Unless you've been living under a rock, Vagabond is the highest ranked seinen manga other than Berserk, and you should probably be reading it right now because this manga will definitely change your life. If you're someone that loves stories about self-development and becoming the best version of yourself, as well as having the urge to read something with a lot of violence, drama, and scenes where you get to see adult activities, this would definitely be it. Vagabond is a story set in feudal Japan following Musashi Miyamoto, who is actually a real person and is known for writing the Book of Five Rings, which is a book that I would personally recommend to anyone that would want to learn more about self-cultivation. But Vagabond isn't necessarily a biography of the historical Musashi Miyamoto. Takehiko Inoue, the creator of the manga and his other notable work, Slam Dunk, actually does a good job of retelling the story of Musashi Miyamoto in a really entertaining but still inspirational way. When it comes to talking about the plot, from the very beginning, we see Musashi Miyamoto, or Takizo, being a really violent and reckless person who was feared by his own village, abandoned by his so-called best friend at the time, and pretty much made an enemy out of anyone, and is someone who's been learning more about what it truly means to become strong. This is very similar to, I'm sure, a lot of other manga that people have watched, such as Vinland Saga, but Vagabond truly does this in a phenomenal way. And the amount of challenges and near-death experiences this man goes through is not only an extremely entertaining process, but inspiring because we see each time he comes out not only one of the best martial artists ever, but a significantly better person, to the point that he's incomparable to how we viewed him in the beginning of the story. I actually decided to take a break once I learned that this manga was on hiatus due to Takehiko Inoue working on other projects, but I'm currently at chapter 140 in the Kojiro arc, and I figured I'm deep enough to see how much of a masterpiece this manga is. Vagabond being the best manga that I've ever read not only has to do with the themes of the story, but the many visuals that Takehiko Inoue presents when drawing it. I mean, much like Vinland Saga, something that I really appreciate about the realistic manga category has to do with the amount of detail and the nature and combat these stories have. One of my favorite moments of the story so far had to be during the Hoizen arc, when Musashi Miyamoto decides to challenge Inshin by training with his own master to figure out how to defeat him after running away when he challenges him for the first time. This was probably the first time we've seen Musashi Miyamoto or Takizo run away, in the process of seeing Musashi Miyamoto go through that, and even Inshin learning the value of life more, was just presented so well, including in the Yagyu arc, when he finally approaches Yagyu later on to understand what it truly means to be invincible. It's the combination of the great artwork, contemplative dialogue, and amazing choreography that makes me see why something like this truly wouldn't be captured well in animation, and I think that's pretty rare for a lot of other manga that I've read so far. I will admit, some of the pacing to some of these arcs do have some slow buildups, especially the current arc that I'm in that follows Kojiro, but this just adds to the reason once again why something like this wouldn't do too well animated. A lot of the anime that we tend to watch right now generally caters to a short attention span that a lot of us have gained over time, and because of this, if they were to rush the story and try to cater to the current anime watchers, it just wouldn't hit the same. All in all, if you guys haven't read Vagabond yet, you guys are definitely doing yourselves a disservice and might be missing out on one of the best manga right now that you could be reading. Unfortunately, it may not have an ending, but if you want to read something that has a deep story, a lot of action, and something that's set in feudal Japan, this is definitely going to be a 9.5 out of 10. And if you would want me to make more videos in the future involving Vagabond and Takehiko Inoue and his work, be sure to leave a comment and thumbs up this video. I have a lot more things that I have in store, and I hope to see all of you guys within the future. Have an amazing day. Peace.